Seems we are live. Not sure yet. Is this thing on? Hello? Hello? All right. Oh. Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Okay. I think it's working. Could be reading the news. I've got music on here. I'm not sure if you can hear the music. I don't think so. They'll probably get me a copyright strike. I can hum for you. Sorry. Is this actually working? Oh, God. This is terrible. Hope no one sees this. Okay. Said we love to respect your time, so let's get to work. Happy Christmas, by the way, everyone. I'm on holiday. Okay, so I said we're going to do some mind mapping, and what I meant by that was, sorry, I have to turn the music down here, or I can't focus on my words. What I meant was we're going to close some tabs. I've got all these tabs, got lots of tabs. And also I said we're going to switch accounts. Okay, so we're going to switch from one account to another. So we're going to do a couple of different things today. But this is, yeah, sorry, like I said, I have too many tabs here. How can I illustrate this better without actually showing all the tabs at once? I have to bring, can you move an entire desktop from another desktop? It seems you can, but not the last desktop. Here, more. Yeah. Trying to improve the production values. So got to experiment with OBS. So one of the things I'm worried about moving my accounts is I'm going to lose everything, all of my settings, I'm afraid. So hopefully we can avoid that. All right. So, oh, I forgot to flip my time cube here. Let's see. How deep are we in on recording? Did it work? Yeah, cool. Yeah, as you can see, I'm on holiday. Yeah. I'm gonna save some of these for later. But, so we have wiki. Where'd the wiki go? I know I had the wiki in a tab somewhere. Where? Maybe that's how I'll make it up to you. There's no content on this channel, but you can be serenaded anyway. I usually play this for my dog downstairs. She'd probably like that when I stream, but it's so complicated to set up a stream, to watch a stream, and then I need a production manager for my dog just to make sure that she can watch me while I'm broadcasting from upstairs. So I know you probably all are familiar with my dog if you've seen the channel before, and I'm not gonna get sad because everything's fine. But this is Luna, um, and Luna's downstairs. She's hanging out, vibing. All right, so we're gonna close some tabs. That's what we said. We're gonna get, but first we said we're not gonna count it as an experiment unless it produces a website. That was one of the things we said. And how do you get yourself a website? Well, for sure you need a ingress or a gateway API or something. Let's see. Or you could go on Fermion Cloud. And I'm also going to do the advent of spin. I'm not going to do it on camera, but I'm a little bit behind already. It's already challenge 3, and there's only 4 challenges to get to Christmas for the advent of spin. I think there's 4 challenges. There were more last year. You can always go back and complete the advent of spin from 2022. I recommend it highly. Especially if your goal is to get a web page, but if you, yeah, we should talk about Urbit sometime. Where did there's a, sorry, I definitely had a wiki going here. Wiki. Is it? Here we go. Is this going to work? I want to show you the wiki. There we go. So when I said we're going to do some mind mapping, what I meant was we're going to write some web pages, but not only web pages. We're just going to soak these things up into architecture pages. So we want to do this with some kind of order and structure. I apologize if you're watching this live. We're probably not going to have any order or structure live, but I will do my best to keep you with me, especially if you ask questions. And by the way, how do you ask questions? I'm not on the YouTube chat. I see no one else is on the YouTube chat. I've got OBS running over here. I am on the YouTube chat actually, but I don't know if I would be able to read your messages. Hello. I'm going to send a message to the chat, and it shows up kind of. I can't really show you because I think OBS, even if I drag it over onto the screen here, it doesn't show, and that's intentional. How did I? If I want to show you OBS for a second, how do I do that? Settings. Output, stream, general, projector, system tray, always minimize, preview, studio mode, click to switch between scenes. Well, I don't see it here. Somewhere it is configured, OBS, to avoid recording itself, I guess. And we're not going to be able to unconfigure that. But we are going to want, one of the things we're going to capture, I guess we can make a page for it. We're going to want, ooh, I like that. They've got some structure here for you. Folder structure. All right, so OBS is a whole topic of itself. And scenes. All right, we've got OBS scenes. So scene, if you're not familiar with OBS, scene is one of these things. You know, you can like go back and forth between modes like this. Those are scenes. And I've got the 3 terminals scene here that doesn't seem to show anything. I've got the empty scene. This is called saved scene with terminal. You see there's no terminal over here. And also I'm inverted, so I'm pointing to the left right now, but for you it's the right or something. which actually is fine. I think that's normal mode. Whereas if I go back to this mode, somewhere in here, where did it go? Document mode. Now I'm back the other way. So if I'm down here reading, it looks like I'm reading because I'm reading. That's, here we've got, I wanted to show you something. I got Dremel for Christmas, early Christmas gift. Yep. So. All right, so I was going to show you something. And we were going to create a web page, and we are going to switch modes here for a moment. I'm going to go into silent mode. So when I disappear, I'd love to put some music on for you. Let's see. Did that work? Yeah. Probably going to get a copyright strike, but okay. Here we go. Work mode. All right, I'm back. I figured out what we're going to do. So, building the Flux website is complicated, but we don't have to do it. We outsource that to Netlify. Okay, so if we look at Netlify, we see make production build is a thing, and I wonder if we can run that. I've never seen that before. I built this Docker file instead. Let's see, Hugo base URL gc minify. Yeah, so because we need this specific version of Hugo, and there's a lot of crap to install. Basically, this is all right. Let's see if production build works if we just run it locally. I have a feeling this is not going to work, but we'll see. No, did not work. No Flux version found matching branch main. What did we miss in netlify.toml? It said make preview build, make branch build, branch deploy. I'm not sure how this works. I'm not sure how it works, but I know how this works because I built this. Okay. And this is going to install Go and some dependencies and Python. Where's the part where it builds? Doesn't it build? Copy package.json, npm I, git config add site, safe directory. Okay, so I think this is our build output. I think there's 2 Docker files here. Is that right? No, I don't see that. Oh, so another Docker file is actually Hugo itself, and we need a special version of Hugo, as I was mentioning. So if I run, where's lovely orb stack, personal use only, don't worry, this is personal. So these images are built regularly, so you don't actually have to build the special version of Hugo, and it's updated frequently, and it comes out in the CI process, so we shouldn't have to build anything, but there's a rather large download here, so as I was saying, we're going to publish a web page, and it has a content build step, but we don't want to execute the build step since it takes a while. We don't want to execute the build step on demand for users, so we're going to do this build up front, and then we're going to capture the result and publish it at a point in time, and then when it updates, we'll update it at a point in time, and there will be some lag between when we update it and when users see the update, but it should be minimal in this scope of how many users see the thing over its span of life and the amount of time that it actually takes to build this. You know, it's not really going to affect anything. Okay, so that is built here. If they had to wait this long to see the content, then it would certainly decrease the number of users who make it across the chasm, right? But this is our built content, and we should be able to see everything, including hopefully the toolkit components. So it had to check out multiple Git repositories in order to do this. Yes, we can see the latest of everything because we're on the main branch. And that might not be true, actually. I think we're not on the main branch, but pretend we're on the main branch. And we've run git pull, and we're up to date. There's nothing to merge. All right, so we want to take this, capture it. I think we want to do it in CI. Should we do it manually first? Now, I wonder if we can use the Docker image to generate the content. I'm not exactly sure how to output a directory from a Docker file like this. Like, I know if I press Control-C right now, I could go in Docker ps-a. Here we have this. This is our container that just exited, and you can rerun the container. How do you do that again? Shoot, I haven't used Docker by hand in a long time. I would typically think to do this on Kubernetes, but I don't know. So I know. You know what? I did actually. Nope, not that. Document this once a long time ago. in a way. So there's a Docker commit or something, I think, where you can take a container and make an image from the output of the running container. And I needed it for something once upon a time. So that's what this story here is all about. I don't see the command that I'm looking for on here, but this might come in handy later. Let's see. We still streaming? Yeah. Sorry, guys. Okay. So we said we wanted to publish, let's see. I have this problem. I don't know how to explain. I don't have the ability to go, look, and point at the previous video and link to a point in time. I should figure out how to do that. But in a previous video, we did find out that you could, how did we do that? Let's see. Use Fermion Cloud to publish a web page. Yeah. Right. Okay, so this is our blog.teamhappy.info, only it doesn't run a Ruby process every time, and it's not resident. It's not a resident Ruby process. It's actually just rendered content that gets loaded from a cache. And it's very efficient. It's using a WebAssembly static file server. So much more efficient than this. You can even see it's just faster. This is slow. You can see some delay. Why is it delay? You can actually see. If you've never seen this before, it's kind of neat. Let's see. What is it spending all its time on? It's downloading a font. It's downloading a font again and again and again. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, this is such a bad web page. What about here? Does it do much better? Does it still have all the fonts? .304. Not modified. Haha. So it actually caches. That's beautiful. Where apparently mine is just not caching at all. You might need that font again. Holy cow. I made such a bad web page. Yeah, so that's what we want. Hopefully the Flux site doesn't do that. I think the Flux site is caching properly. Let's look at fluxcd.io just to see. I don't know. Well, I've actually never looked at this before, so I don't know how our web page performs. It seems like such a silly thing for me to say as a Flux maintainer who's done many Flagger demos, but I have no idea how our web page performs, and I'm not sure if it caches correctly or not. Let's see, we've got 304, so there's some 304s. Yeah, that's nice. Well, it's on Netlify, so I hope so, because I think that they're paid. They're a paid service of some kind, so. Or they're paying for the bandwidth. Either way. All right. So we're still mind mapping. We're not actually in the close mode to do the work yet. So I did want to create a page, and we're not going to do OBS scenes here. We're going to do web pages, actually. Yeah. So, what web pages do we need? Is that what we're going to do right now? I don't know. Let's see. I actually have never used this wiki before, so I want to be sure that it works before I invest too much in typing. Yeah, that's cool. Is that, okay, so it's doing Markdown. That's cool. All right, I have a feeling I made the plan too big, and we're not going to get to all the things I wanted to talk about. But let's go back to the agenda. Let's see. We still streaming? Oh God, we sure are. Oh, the music probably was no good. I'm sorry. Hopefully we don't get a copyright strike as well. All right, so we did say we were going to do one thing we haven't done yet. We're going to do this handoff thing. I want to see if I can. So there's an easier way to get rid of all these tabs without individually inventorying them all and closing them one at a time. We can just create a new account. Go there and we won't have any tabs. And actually, I've already done that. I had to do that because of my Touch ID issue that we were talking about in the previous. So I'm going to ditch the stream right now, and it might cut the whole thing off. I'm not sure. I've done this before, but never with a separate account. Can we come back after, let's see, 30 minutes have gone by almost? Can we come back from a different account? I'm going to lose all my styles, so I will probably not be up here in the corner anymore, but I'll do my best. So let's see if we can do it. I'm not going to stop streaming, but I think the stream is going to stop. How am I going to know? Well, I'll see you guys on the other side. Hopefully this works. Peace. Nope.